Hello, girls. This is the topic which we are dealing today. The topic is pricing, the second component of marketing mix. Earlier classes we did about product life cycle, and new product development, and now we will move out with the topic called pricing. The first slide is meaning and definition. Let's understand the basic meaning of price. The amount of money charged for a product or service, or the sum of the values that consumers exchange for the benefits of having or using the product or service. So any amount or anything that we give it in for a return for a product or a service is called price. For an example, if we want to buy a kg of tomatoes, possibly we may give 20 rupees or 30 rupees per kg, and that 20 rupees or 30 rupees is the amount price. Then, what is the definition? As according to Philip Kotler, price is the amount of money charged for a product or service. So the same here, whatever the amount of money we pay for a particular product or a service is called price. Now, what are the factors influencing pricing decisions? Why am I telling you the factors influencing pricing decisions very much before the other topics? The answer is, first of all, we need to understand on what basis we will make a decision on pricing. In the earlier example, I said a kg of tomatoes will be 20 rupees or 30. Now, how did we conclude on this particular price, 20 rupees or 30 rupees? Let's understand with the slide factors influencing pricing decision. We have two important factors. One is internal factor and the second one is external factors. What are internal factors? Internal factors are the factors which are there inside the organization and directly have an impact on the decisions inside the organization. As well, what are external factors? These factors stay outside the organization but still has an impact on our decision on how do we fix up the prices. So let's move on. What is internal factors and what are they? Internal factors, number one, organizational consideration. When we talk about organization, the company or the industry or anything that we are dealing with is the first consideration as to how we price and what we price. When I take an example of tomatoes, it's a simple vegetable which is retailed or which is sold in a local market. But when we talk about a Titan watch, it's an organization. It's a product from the Titan groups. So what is the consideration which is there in an organization is the first internal factor which deals with it. When I say organizational factors, it's important that we need to understand what are the basic organizational considerations. It could be the cost of production, it could be the profit, it could be the required margin which is there to understand and run the organization properly and empowerly completely what or how an organization runs and rules the market makes it a point here. What is the second one? Marketing mix strategy. When I say marketing mix strategy, what are the marketing mix components? Product, place, price and channels of distribution. When I have to price a particular product, we need to understand what is the variable of product, how much money is it included in the cost of production, how much money or what is the amount which we require to cope up with the reaching the customer as channels of distribution or in the promotion of a particular product. The price of a product will include all the components which are there which I told you right now. For example, a fast track watch costs you around 2,000 rupees. Now, how this 2,000 rupees came into the picture? First of all, the manufacturing cost of a watch, that's a cost of production and labeling, branding, packaging and all related variables of product. Everything is included. And plus, how do we reach the watches to the market through the retail outlets, through the channels of distribution. It may be through malls, it may be through supermarkets, it may be through fashion outlets or retail outlets or a local seller, whoever. All those components are included right in the price, and therefore the price of 2000 rupees is fixed. Girls, do you get it? The next third one is product uniqueness. Suppose the product is very much unique, which is a highly innovated product, and that demands a number of price, then that's one of the consideration which an internal factor has it. Now in the same watch product line, I can tell you a normal watch is starting from 800 rupees, whereas the Nebula collection goes up to 18,000 or 20,000. Why? What makes the difference? So that unique modeling of a particular product will be varying, so that the price of the product will also change accordingly. So what is the next one? Cost of production. As I told you earlier, cost of production means what is the exact amount that we have spent to manufacture a particular product. It may be 1, or it may be 1000 units, or it may be 100 units, or it may be n number of units. The total cost included to manufacture a particular product is called cost of production. And based on the cost of production, you will be able to fix up the price, which makes up to incur back all your expenses. Suppose the cost of production of a particular bulk of watches, possibly the same model of watches totally when the manufacturer mass production, it could be around 20 lakhs. Now when we get back that amount, I should not be aiming at 20 lakhs, but I should be aiming more than 20 lakhs plus profit. So what is it? Cost of production? What amount is spent by the company to manufacture a certain product? That is cost of production. Based on cost of production, they will fix up the margin profits. Then the price will come into the picture. Right? What is the next one? Stage of product life cycle. When we talk about product life cycle, I had explained this in the previous PPT. The slide or in the introduction stage or growth stage or whatever stages, it will actually move on in such a manner that you will understand. In introduction stage, the price will be literally higher. Over the time, when it goes to growth or maturity, it will slope down. And as well, when you go to decline stage, it will completely come down and fall in the price. So, depending on the stages of product life cycle, prices will vary. The decision on pricing will vary. What is the next one called? Pricing objectives. The next slide which we move on, maybe we'll understand what are the objectives of pricing, and based on the objective the pricing will change. Suppose if I think of to retain and sustain competition, then that's my objective. I will be able to price according to the competitors. Or if I think only about profit maximization, then I will think about pricing according to fetch my profits properly. So depending upon the objective of the price, objectives of the product or pricing mix, we will be able to decide on the price. The last one in the internal factor is depth of distribution channel. Whenever we talk about distribution channel, as I told you earlier, the channels of distribution, is it a 0 level or 1-to-1, wholesaler to retailer or 5-level management, whatever, those lines will come into the picture, and finally it will come up the price. The first example which I told you as tomatoes for 20 rupees, the farmer may not have 20 rupees, but the farmer will sell it to the middleman for just 5 rupees, whereas when it comes to the local market, it will cross around 3 to 4 hands, possibly from farmer to a wholesaler, wholesaler to a retailer, or an agent to a retailer, and end customer. So within these 3-4 levels, the price will get up together and finally 20 rupees has arrived. So girls, are you clear with internal factors? Right? Since there is no yes or no as of in the video, I'll move on to external factors, and suppose if you have doubts, please come back to me and let me know. What are external factors? External factors will not be in the control of a organization. Till now, all the explanations which I told you about the internal factors will be in the control of the producer. Whereas external factors will not be in the control of the producer, will be completely in the economy. So what are they? Product supply and demand. When I say product supply and demand, any product which is highly in demand should correlate with the supply. When there is no supply but the demand is high, then the price will automatically change. If you remember the mid-semester question paper which I spoke about one question, everybody wants to buy the Benz or a Mercedes car, but many of them may not afford, right? So what is that? When everybody wants to buy the Benz car, that's a demand, but not everybody can afford to buy. So what happens there? Demand is there, supply is also there, but which will not be correlating. So what happens now? But most of us will be able to buy nano cars because it's affordable, right? So product supply and demand also will have a positive effect on pricing. When there is lot of supply and there is lot of demand, price may be fixed on a nominal way. When there is huge supply but less demand, then the price will maybe very low. The same way, when there is huge demand but no supply, prices will be too high. If you have noticed, last year possibly we paid more than 100 rupees for 1 kg of onions, right? What is it? There was no supply but demand is huge. So automatically prices will go high. At the outset, tomatoes were priced only for 10 rupees or 15 rupees. Why? Supply is too much and the demand is also as well. So they need to match and therefore the price is fixed. Hope you understand. Second one, degree of competition. When we talk about degree of competition, how many competitors are there in the market with the similar products or the line of products? Based on them, the price will change. So when we talk about competitors, possibly degree of competitors or based on the competition, the prices will automatically change accordingly. For an example, D-Mart and Metro, two retail agencies or two big stores who are selling products in their local markets. When you talk about D-Mart and Metro, hardly a line of difference is there in pricing. But when you go to Star Bazaar or any of this Reliance Trends or something, what happens? You will have some differences in the pricing structure. This is called degree of competition. Based on the competitors, the price of the product will change or will be fixed accordingly. The third one, economic situation. So, well, in the example, what is the economic situation today? Because of COVID, what happened? There is a financial crisis, lockdown, yield down, all the things are happening. So when we talk about this economic situation, can we price a particular product too high or too low is important. Because of the economic situation, because of the financial crisis or because of the financial system, the price will automatically get up. So today when we talk about the COVID or coronavirus or impact of it, the rate of vegetables have gone high. That is one of the example for economic situation where the price is changing, right? That is going to influence the pricing decision and thoroughly the price is charged. The next word, government regulations. Yes, when the government has the power to regulate the prices and that price is supposed to be taken care. A milk packet for half liter is fixed by government for 23 rupees or 22 rupees and that can't be changed with any of the people who are there in the retail seller. But yeah, there is 1 rupee margin that the retailer may charge, but it's still okay. But when government has fixed up the price for half liter milk as 22 rupees, nobody can sell it for 48 rupees or 50 rupees since it is in demand. That can't be changed because government regulation says it's an important requirement for producer to sell it at the price. Next is ethical consideration. What's ethical? When you talk about ethical, possibly how humanly moral values are there, accordingly you need to price a product. Producer cannot be unethical or immoral while pricing. Just because there is a huge demand for certain products, you can't be completely unethical and price it according to your importance. So, ethical consideration is also an important factor. The next, supplier. When we talk about suppliers, absolutely suppliers is important for us to understand who are the suppliers. Are they in the town? Are they in the outside countries? Are they in any of the towns? Let's understand and then define on the price. Why a Benz car is so expensive? Because automatically the producer is somewhere there in a foreign country. The supplier may be in a foreign country. So it needs that time and gap to come from their country to here, and therefore the supplier of a particular product has an important variable for influencing the price. Last word, consumer behavior. When I talk about consumer behavior, it's going to be very, very simple that how a consumer behaves, based on it, the price will change. Suppose if nobody is there to buy a particular Benz car or whatever, then automatically the product will not be in demand at all. And therefore there is no need for a product to be in the market. It goes to decline stage. Just because it's expensive, just because it's highly incredible amount for anybody, if customers are not behaving to readily buy the product, then the product will fail. So, depending on the consumer behavior, the products will be priced. Girls, are we clear with the first topic, factors influencing pricing decisions? For today, for this topic, I'm going to send this video to you. Just go through and let me know right now. And therefore, after this, I will send you the next slide and the next video shortly. If factors influencing pricing decisions are understood, then I will proceed for the next topic. Thank you.